Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm so excited. I finally finished the headlights. Let me show you guys those little mods that I had to do to make it all set and ready to be put on the car. Here they are, ready to be put on the car. Here's the driver's side. Everything looking good. And I'm going to show you the back side right here, where I had to make sure everything was all set. Had the little silica gel packet that makes sure it's in there so that it can absorb any moisture. I had to plug this wire back in. I didn't show in the earlier videos, but I had to plug that in. I think this is like a little switch for like the high beam. This is bi-xenon. That little thing connects and the wire goes right here into right here. It should go, the ballast goes right here and it connects to this, I believe. And I had to mod this area a little bit. The Demon Eye wire is right here and it's being tucked right underneath this rubber area. This is not part of the TL. This is actually a rubber fog light cover from my old Accord, and I'm just repurposing it for this use. It actually turns out really well, so there's going to be no bulb here. If I were to run it, I would have to figure something else out, but luckily I have this, so this is going to cover it. Keep any dirt and debris out, pretty much. And that's pretty much it. It should be a direct swap. This bulb is going to be for the 06, so I do have bulbs available, so that should be all set. Just moved the car. It is looking sick. I'm loving the no emblem right now. It rained yesterday, but it's looking a little dry. Hopefully it doesn't rain. You can see the little water droplets right there. But saying bye to the Type S headlights for now. So I'm going to have to remove the bumper, which is fairly easy. I've done it a few times already. So there's going to be a couple bolts right there. I think maybe 1 or 2 clips, and then there's a bolt that holds the bumper to the, I guess, like the fender and frame of the car. So that should be fairly easy on this side. Then there's a few clips underneath the bumper, a few clips and bolts. Same thing on this side. A few bolts right here to a clips. That's going to be underneath the hood, and we'll be able to get the front bumper off to remove the headlights. So something I haven't figured out yet is the wiring, but that should be okay if I don't have the wiring all set yet. The headlights should still work normally as they do for the 06, because the Type S is working great. No issues or nothing with the turn signals, with no bulbs or ballast. Everything's working straight. Once I put those other headlights in, the 06 ones, should be plug and play because I still have the old connectors for it. There is a little slight difference with the bulbs and everything versus the 07, 08 versus the earlier years, but should be plug and play how the way I have it set up. Let me do that. I'll figure out the Morimoto XBT wiring later, but it's gonna look sick. I'm excited. Let's get to work. So coming up over here, so what I did was I turned the wheel so that you have more access when the wheel is turned that way, depending on what side you are. There's one bolt right here, one bolt right here. This is with the A-Spec kit. It might be different with the base. And there's a little bracket right here. It's hard to see, but a little bracket right here. There's a little pin, little push pin. There's another one right here. And then there's one bolt right here, which you'll be able to pop it out. It's just as easy as that. That's for both sides. Then I have to go underneath, and then on top, we should be good to go. So here it is, guys, looking all naked and sexy. And you guys saw me have to jack up the car. It definitely helped with clearance, and I was able to look underneath and take out all the pins underneath. I had to take off the two fog lights. Here's how it's looking over here. I got a yellow LED ones. Said it in my one of my earlier videos, but yeah. So this is how you take off the headlight. You have to take off the bumper first, along with a few 10mm bolts. There's one down here which is missing. I have no idea why. I'm gonna have to replace that. One right here. There should be one more. I think it's that one right there. And a couple on the side. This is all one piece. It should come off anyways with a little Phillips head right there. These two. There's one 10mm and another 10mm, and that should be it. Oh, totally forgot to mention, guys. There's one bolt right here for the windshield washer fluid reservoir. So I think we have to unbolt this, and it's gonna come down a little bit. And then there's two bolts for that holds the ballast. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's one right there and one right there that holds the ballast, along with this like metal little sheet holds it together where the headlight is. I'm not sure about the other side. Should be roughly the same thing. So let's get it off. So before I start taking both sides off, I want to make sure that it's all good on this side first. Didn't really have any issues. I did have to take this 1, 2, and 3 bolts out for the windshield washer fluid reservoir. Here's how I did my setup to get the Type S working. Yeah, so there's slight differences on the headlight of the turn signal, which is basically I wrapped up the old one and then just tapped in the new one right there. I forgot what bulb size it is, but it's different with the Type S versus I think the 08, the 07, the base models, whether it's 2004 or through all the way to 2008. And yeah, basically what I did, just tapped it in. Same thing with the high beam. Basically just bought the right harness, correct bulb, and just tapped it in. That's pretty much it. That's how I got the Type S working. Did have to take, the horns were attached. One was attached right here. The other was attached somewhere down there. But yeah, that's how it's working. I'm gonna unwrap the connectors for the old headlight, plug it in, and make sure everything is working correctly. This bracket has to be swapped over along with the ballast. Plug everything in, and everything should be good. So if you guys are wondering how to swap everything on the headlight, so here's the ballast that had 3 bolts. Disconnected this area from the car, and here's the bulb itself, or the igniter. Basically this, remove these 2 tabs right here. Should be good to go. Get it. Yep. So here's the bulb. There we go. I'm going to swap it over. Woo! It's sunny, the sun's out, and birds chirping as usual. But tidied everything up, and yo, it looks phenomenal. It looks so sick. No issues, but you see all these scratches. Don't do what I did over here with the cardboard. I did not check, and there were a few small rocks, so it got scraped up. It's good and bad. The good news is I was going to resurface this anyways, sand it down, clear it a bunch. As you can see the scratches, it's on top, so it's no big deal. This is what I'm worried about. Yeah, I can feel it's pretty deep, but overall it is looking good. Everything works. Here's comparison to the other side. Like I said, don't mind the scratches. I'm going to try to buff it out. But yeah, can't wait till it's all together. Let's get working on the other side. Both of the headlights are on now. No issues. Bulbs and everything went in. Plugs and harnesses. This one is a lot clearer. But fitment is a little different than the other side. There's a little bit of gap here. I don't know if you guys can catch it on camera. It's like really tucked in here, but it is looking really good. Check it out. I'm loving it, man. I can't wait.
Day 2.
What's up, guys? This is day 2 of the headlight project. I ran out of time, ran out of sunlight, and it was getting dark. So it took me a while to do all the wiring, and I just finished up right now. I'm going to show you guys. Don't mind the shirt. It's a little dirty. I had to do an oil change on the wifey's car, but let me go show you guys. Yo, check it out. They look so sick. Got all the wiring done. I've been outside for hours, and it took me so long to wire everything. Everything is a mess. I tried my best to be best with cable management. So this is the passenger side. I got all the wires coming out right here, and it's going through the engine bay underneath. You can see it peeking out just a little bit, coming over here, all around here. This is subject to change. I might have to do like a little wire loom or something, because this is just like raw, I'm gonna say raw wires, but it's just showing, and I'm not sure it's gonna hold up to weather. But it's going all around here. You can see a little wire there, but just needs a little more tucking. Got the drivers mounted on the battery tray. I'm not even sure about this and how safe it is. This will have to do for now until I can figure out something else. But I just have it mounted right here with a double-sided tape. These are the two drivers, one left, one right. Got, don't mind these. These is the electrical tape just for precautions. Like pretty much electrical tapes, where everything connects. Like, see these? Just for safety, so that moisture or water like doesn't get in. I'm still scared about heat too. I'm not sure how everything's gonna react with heat once the engine bay is like warmed up. But it goes through here, and I have the driver mounted right here. I'm still not even sure about this spot. I wanted to do it down there, make it a little bit more safe, and like in a enclosure. I'll probably figure that out later, but for now it's going right there. I'm still not even sure if it's safe to have it near the fuse box, but this will have to do for now. So how I wired it is for a switch on the interior. So this is the relay for the Morimoto XBT. It's pretty much overkill, but this is how I wired it. It's how I wanted to wire it. Just like I had a used fog light harness, and it's basically repurposed it and used the guts. So this all the stuff, all the drivers tucked underneath the cold air intake. Let me show you guys what's going on. I still need to finish, but I'll show you guys what's going on and how I wired it. So here it is right here. This is the switch. Came with the fog light. Right now it's on. If I click it, it's going to go off, and it's going to be mounted right here, which is great. I have it wired where I can have it on anytime that I need, and still gotta tidy all this up. I have it wired to an inline fuse. I'll put a picture up of what I used. It's called Add a Fuse. Took a long time, and I was pretty much outside all day, but damn guys, Yo, I'm so excited to put the bumper on and to get to drive this thing. It looks so dope. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to end the video there, otherwise it would be way too long. In part 2, I'll show you guys all the issues I encountered, any improvements I want to make, and show off all the RGB. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.